And this painting, as I said, became like the paradigm, the overarching example of what it meant to be a neoclassical piece of art. But look at these three Horatii brothers. These men are resolute. These are determined men. They're exemplary representations of civic virtue and patriotism. And remember, David painted this in the context of what would eventually amount to the French Revolution. So think of the type of message that he's trying to send with this painting. So, three brothers went to war, or went to settle this dispute, and only one returned. His name was Publius. But the Horatii, they won. Rome won. But the drama is that when Publius, the remaining Horatius, came back, he found his sister, Camilla, the one who was engaged to one of the Curiatii, crying because her fiancé had been killed by her brother. So what do you think Publius did? He actually kills his sister, saying that anyone who's truly dedicated to the Roman Republic should never mourn the death of an enemy of the state. But let's look more now specifically at the stylistic aspects of this painting. It exhibits a lot of the different attributes that we commonly associate with neoclassicism. First of all, look at the background. It's very de-emphasized. The important thing in this painting are the figures in the front. That's what our attention is immediately drawn toward. Also, a lot of dull colors in the background, emphasizing the importance of the story itself rather than the painting as a piece of artwork. You can also see a lot of symbolism of three in this painting. There's three arches in the background. You've got the three Horatii. You've got the three Curiatii. There's three women over off to the side. One of them has some younger children with her. Also, and it's probably hard to tell over the internet, but if you ever go to the Louvre, you've got to check this painting out. There's very clear, hard brush strokes. And not only did that emphasize rationality, but that was a direct response to Rococo art. But that was something that really set neoclassicism apart. Also notice that the men are depicted as very straight, like the columns in the background, whereas the women are sort of curved like arches. And just like the columns in the background of the painting are supporting those arches, you could argue that David is arguing that the men, the very straight, rigid, upright men, are supporting these kind of curved, weeping women. Also, look at the swords that the father of the Horatii is holding. You'll notice that two of the swords are curved, while only one of them is straight. And that further symbolism of straight versus curved represents possibly the fact that only one of the Horatii would actually survive. And Publius, the surviving Horatii, who presumably, art historians say, is the one brother in the front whom we can see the entire side of, noticed is dressed a lot like his father, with the red cloak, whereas the two other brothers are dressed more like the women that we see off to the side, which could be a further kind of hint or foreshadowing that two of them were going to die and only Publius was going to survive. Anyway, as I was saying, this is one of the most widely recognized paintings and the painting that really screams neoclassicism.